Well, when Paul and Glenda rode, they were casting a vision of starting a youth home, starting this home. She can speak to the fact, I don't know if they even knew really where it would be. But they were casting a vision that the world's strongest man and his wife wanted to help youth in whatever capacity. Well, after 50 years, we realized that one of the things we have that makes us unique is that we have a living laboratory that we're working in every day with these young men. It's not just theoretical knowledge. It is knowledge that comes from being exposed day in, day out to teenage boys and what's happening with them in our culture.
In those years, we might have a college young man come in and stay with the boys, and we had one staff usually and somebody to help me prepare the meals, but generally it was the two of us. And I never dreamed that we would have a staff like we have now, wonderful people that I think God really called for each position that we have here. I think it's been a divine appointment. It's equally as glorious for me to see the staff that we have who fits our needs as it is to look out and see our young men on this campus.
And so as we a number of years ago really began to really think through why are we unique? What is our one organizational asset? What's our greatest competency? We came around, and as we thought about it, it was very clear that God revealed to us is that we were stewards of knowledge. We were stewards of what He had taught us. 250 years staff experience, thousands of young men that have come through the program, and we've seen the culture shift. Glenda can talk far more about the shift in the culture from in the 60s where it was truancy issues or stealing a bicycle or stealing a pack of gum to what we're now seeing in society with drug possession and all these different challenges that youth are now coming to us with now, where it was vastly different than it was 50 years ago. And so as an organization, we know that with 90,000 juveniles arrested every day, this is a tsunami on our society. It's going to continue to impact us. It's going to impact businesses. It's going to impact families. It's going to impact every single one of us in one way or another if we do not get a handle on this problem, because it's only going to grow, and it's going to grow exponentially.
As our society seems to be going downhill, if you look at it from a Christian perspective, there's a tremendous need for young people to have a place that is a haven where they can be pulled out of the troubled environment, the troubled homes, and be taught about the Lord Jesus. We feel that Christ is the only healer for the drug problems, for the emotional, psychological, anger issues, all the things that our young people face today that so different than, of course, when I was a girl so many years ago. But I believe that this home offers them the opportunity for a second chance.
The youth home, their whole goal is to help people out, and if people want to be helped, the youth home is interested in working with them in all different ways, whatever they can do.
There are so many issues today facing young people, from drugs and alcohol and pornography and all of the issues that are out there that are temptations for them, that we now have information that can help parents understand better how to deal with these issues by going to our website. We believe that our next 50 years will include ways that we can offer information to society to make parents more fully understand how to really and truly parent their children. I think it's a lost art. I believe that somewhere in the 60s we forgot that we were supposed to be parents.
I can sort of get my head around the idea that it's really getting worse. I mean, I can see how drugs have gotten a lot worse. It's gotten a lot more easy to get to. And that's rough.
And so our goal in that is that how do we help make families strong? How do we get parents to take action? How do we use where we are in our 50 years of experience and to begin to communicate it? How do we leverage our knowledge? How do we disseminate it to a larger audience so that we give them resources, that we give them tools, that we host events, that we come into their businesses, that we come into the schools, that we come into their churches? How do we help them? How do we provide them with tools to hear teenagers, real teenagers, talking about issues and how early it happened to them and how it changed who they were? If we can give parents those resources and open their mind and their eyes to what's really going on, and so that they begin to do different things, that they begin to make those decisions about the one thing they're going to do at their home, because they didn't realize that a young man from an intact family, that's from a good socioeconomic situation, that comes from a quote-unquote Christian home, might be doing drugs at 7 or 8 or 10 or 11. See, parents don't naturally think that way because we always think that we think it's a matter of if it happens to our child. But that's not really reality. It's not a question of if. It's when your child is going to be exposed to things.
Make parent a verb is a very strong movement. You could say verb is an action, and it's something that parents simply just need to do. Instead of just sitting on the sidelines and watching their kids grow up and not putting anything in them or not trying to put any morals in them, they need to simply just make parent a verb, and they need to put the action into play and do it. And I feel like that Paul Anderson and Glenda are reaching out to people all over this world and to many states, and that they don't only want to reach to us kids, but to also reach to the parents.
The vision of the Youth Home, the vision of our ministry is the same as it's always been, is we are going to invest our lives in these young men. But because we invest in these young men, it gives us a platform to speak with authority about what's going on with teenagers, what's going on with youth, how it's happening in earlier and earlier ages, and how you as a parent can take action. Because family is universal. Family is universal. Good or bad, we all have a family. It's a universal thing. But parents no longer take action. So we want to help families become strong again. We want to help make families take action in their lives. We want to help make parent a verb.
Family strong.
Family strong.
Family strong, make parent a verb.